You only got one life to live. You're not gonna live the rest of your life hating yourself. Girl, what's going on? Why are you acting like this? Why are you being so hard on yourself? Hey, family. Today, we got our food. So, go and get your food, and then we'll talk. I might change this angle, because I don't know if I'm feeling this angle. I don't know if I like it, but I kind of do, so. It's giving you don't remember who you are. I feel like body dysmorphia comes from not knowing who you are. Body dysmorphia is coming from a lack of clarity. Why don't you know who you are, babe? This is coming from somebody who feels like they actively have body dysmorphia. So like all my other messages, y'all, like this is for me as well. So whenever I'm acting up, I'm finna come back to this video, right? But girl, what? Why are you gonna go the rest of your life hating your body? Like, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Like, spending the rest of your life trying to change something that you chose when you got here. Certain things that we have about us, like, we can't change for a reason. Some people may have, you know, people in their family who are skinny. Some people may have people in their family who were, you know, bigger. And yes, it could come because of a lifestyle. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have that, you know, people in my family have. Like, thank God I don't have like diabetes and stuff like that. But most of that stuff is like sometimes the way that you're built, I genuinely believe is genetics, you know. So instead of like trying so hard to change yourself, why not just really love yourself? That's something I'm working on, in the sense of just like consistent. Like, I love myself, but you know, consistently being in acceptance of the way that you look, right? And you know what I feel like body dysmorphia comes from too? I feel like body dysmorphia comes from like comparison. Like, the internet has really freaking screwed us up when it comes to comparison, because, and it's like, you're probably watching this and you're probably like, I don't feel like I'm like comparing myself to anybody. But you have to think about like the subconscious mind. Like, when you're, you know, my grandma, she always says, be careful what your ear gates and your eye gates are taking in, right? And so if our subconscious mind is collecting all of this data, the things that we do and the way that our reality is shaped is because of the things that we're seeing and taking in, right? Our habits are also coming from our subconscious mind. When you look in the mirror and you don't see what you're expecting to see, like, just maybe think that you're looking at somebody's curated online content, okay? You're looking at photos that people have edited, and you're looking at people who have BBLs. You're looking at people who don't have the same genetics as you. If you said no to all of that I just said, guess what you are looking at? You're looking at previous versions of yourself. I have been looking at, I found myself reminiscing on the past me, y'all. Like, I was going back to old videos and old pictures of me in my camera roll to when I looked like thinner and when I looked acceptable for me, like my standards of how I wanted to look. And there's nothing wrong with like shooting for looking better, but it's like, you can't, y'all, really listen to me. Part of being in your divine feminine energy is flow and acceptance, and body, like, wanting to be something that you're not is suffering. Suffering is wanting something outside of yourself. Like, you're creating suffering for yourself by wanting to be old versions of you, or rushing and wanting to be the future version of you. And this is not to say that you shouldn't have goals and you shouldn't want to be a certain archetype, but it's to say that you have to have acceptance. There's a certain point of acceptance that you have to get to, and you have to let yourself flow. Part of being in your divine feminine energy is releasing control. And I say this because you're like, Nisha, how does this go? Like, are you just yapping? How does this go into body dysmorphia? It goes into body dysmorphia because I don't know if y'all do this, but when I do this, when I want to lose weight, baby, I want that shit off now. Okay? Like, by tomorrow. Okay? Promptly. I think about it nonstop. I think about what I'm gonna eat. I overthink that, and it becomes my whole entire life. And I have a tight grip on what I think I'm supposed to look like, right? And when we think we're supposed to do something, that you're not releasing control. When you want something so bad that's outside of you, you're not releasing control. There's a whole bunch of things that go into body dysmorphia and wanting something and not feeling like you're not there. That's not flow. I had a drink on that one. I feel like it comes to a certain point where you have to ask yourself, am I like truly like trusting the trajectory of my life? Am I truly trusting my path? Because I feel like when we do get into that flow state, we are like really accepting of everything. Oh, something happened to my car. Okay, it was God, you know. Okay, something happens to my car. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm trusting. And you know what? Like, it's so easy to say, I trust God, I trust God, I trust God, until you're put in a position where you have to trust God. You know, I feel like when it comes to our physical state, when it comes to our mind and things that are going on with our body, it's like, it's so hard to trust that this is where we're supposed to be. We have to learn how to detach our self-worth from our body weight, you know, how we look. We have to stop that. We have to stop it, ladies. We have to stop it, y'all. When we're in a state of dysmorphia, it comes from not feeling like we're enough. Have y'all ever, like, been skinny before and gained weight, and then you look back at your old pictures and you're like, wait, I was so skinny there. I thought I was so big. Yeah, y'all, like, it's like, I think we just have to learn to be in a state of acceptance and like however we look. I really think that that's the problem. Like, it's like, do you really want to go the rest of your life feeling like you have to lose weight? People who are like really in flow and people who really accept themselves and love themselves at any state don't have body dysmorphia. This cannot happen. Like, we cannot be like spending our whole life trying to change things about ourselves, because I think we have to like trust the change that is already happening. Like, we're gonna change, y'all. Like, when you have kids, you change. When you grow and you get older, you change. Your titties start to sag. Like, you know, your skin gets a little looser. Like, I feel like as long as you're taking care of yourself, as long as you're doing, you know, I feel like as long as you're working out and taking care of yourself because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself, the way you look at yourself is going to tweak too. The way that how you look at what you're doing and the way that you look at yourself, I feel like that's going to change, y'all. I feel like it's going to change, y'all. Guys, it's going to change. We are women, bro, and we are powerful. Like, we are going to change. The next time you look at yourself in the mirror, you need to tell yourself, hey, I'm going to change. And you might not necessarily like this version, right? But you have to trust this version. You have to trust the process in anything. So why don't you trust the process with your body? This is the archetype in this chapter. So you have to love it. You have to accept it. And we got to be thankful for the other things. We got to be thankful that we're healthy, even though we did put on weight or we did do this or whatever. I think there's certain standards that we put on ourselves, but we need to allow ourselves. It's about allowing ourselves to change. Having grace with ourselves to not be in a certain point that we used to be. Because the only thing I want back then is my old body. I don't want my old nigga. I don't want my old habits. I don't want those old things you know, and it's okay to be hard on yourself, but man, we gotta love ourselves more, y'all, because most of this shit be comparison. Most of this shit, we just be comparing ourselves to different things. We're comparing ourselves to our old selves. We're comparing ourselves to people that we see on social media. We're comparing ourselves to limiting beliefs that we have made for ourselves. Like, oh, I'm not beautiful unless I'm 150 pounds. That was my prime. That's what I, bae, like, I'm sorry to tell you this. Come here. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. If you spend your whole life trying to maintain being 150 pounds, that's gonna take up a lot of space in your mind, a lot of space where other shit can exist. You gotta cut it out. I mean, like, and the crazy thing is, y'all, it's like you trying to like, bruh, you trying to tweak shit about yourself. You trying to tweak this and you trying to tweak that, but it's like, I want to say nigga, but it's like, can you even say that on YouTube? I'm gonna say niggy. But it's like, niggy, like, you are beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful, and you're not the only one that thinks that. Everybody else is like, bro, she look good. Like, what are you talking about? You cannot just be confident when you're this certain way. You got to get out of that, because you're gonna grow and you're gonna change. The only constant thing is change. So you got to get out of that. You have to learn to just love yourself at any point in time. Okay, you trying to tweak this about you, bruh. You're fine. You're fire. Mama, do you know that you're going to be fire at whatever size? Because you're like that. You're like that. Real confidence is knowing that you look good at any size. Being able to wear any size. What did Megan say? She said, I look good chubby, I look good slim. Ignoring them haters that speak on my body ain't for none of them. Like, okay then. I'm like really big on like culture, and I'm really big on family, and I'm really big on like ancestral DNA and just like genetics and stuff like that, because the way that I look connects me to my family. Like, the shape of my head reminds me of my father. Like, my arms remind me of my grandma. You know, just the way that I'm shaped in general. Like, I'm built like my mom's side of the family. Like, these are parts of me that make me me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, the word embrace just came into my head. Like, baby, just embrace yourself. Embrace yourself, because it's like, you can't be nobody else. Everybody else already taken. I think that's all I got. Listen, I love you, and you're amazing. Okay? You're amazing, but you gotta stop being like hypercritical. Okay? Because it's not getting you anywhere. You can't fear failure. You can't fear success. You just gotta keep going. And you gotta have unshakable confidence, no matter what happens to you, no matter what happens in life. Because listen, life is crazy, and life, let me tell you about something. Sometimes you're not gonna live life. Sometimes life is gonna live you. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Sometimes life comes at you fast. You was 150 pounds last year. You done got a new man. Now you done gained 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Life comes at you fast. But once you release control, you're going to realize that change is the only constant. The only constant thing is change, baby. I love you so much. You're great. Keep going. We are women. We are powerful. Our bodies are powerful. We are magical. Don't stunt under that. Don't stunt under that. Say your affirmations. You are in control. You're not a victim in your life, baby. You're not a victim in your own body. Okay? So love that little pooch you got. Okay? That little scar, whatever. Man, I just want to keep talking to y'all. Like, I don't always talk to y'all. Dang. But also take care of yourself too. Okay? Nasia isn't saying like, oh, I'm gonna get the burger tonight. But if you want to get the burger, like, sis, go get the burger. Be comfortable in your own body. F these people. F these people. You only got one life to live. You're not gonna live the rest of your life hating yourself. Release that control and that fixation that you got on whatever way you're trying to be. And learn how to live in the present. Because that's stopping you. Looking in the past is stopping you, baby. You got to keep moving forward. I love you. I'm going to go now because I could yap and yap and yap and yap and yap and yap and yap. That's why I'm over here on YouTube. Because TikTok just want that, they want you to be in and out, baby. I am pressing the skip button. Every time I'm on TikTok, I'm hitting that little button on the right corner. Like, hey, you gotta hurry up. Like, baby, this is TikTok. I'm supposed to be scrolling. You gotta hurry up. Subscribe to hear more messages like this. I genuinely love y'all. And I'm trying to build a community on here. You know, I really enjoy being vulnerable with myself, with y'all. You know why? Because I literally don't give two. I don't care. Once you realize your purpose, once you realize what you came here to do, and you're fulfilled in that, you don't stop doing it. So here I am with it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Throw the scale away. Bye, y'all.